Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Greetings everybody. Today guys we will take a look at the euro currency again because we see some action that needs to be commented, and in fact this is the development of the situation that we have said previously. As you can see, market was not able to pass through this resistance area. That is also the monthly pivot point. Here we've got the grabber, and although market almost has erased it by the next candle, so you can see here we have as the top higher than in the stop grabber and the close, although the close was a bit lower than the top of this pattern. So it's a bit difficult to say whether this pattern is still valid or not. But the major idea is that market right now is turning to the downside, and the some flag pattern that we have mentioned here right now has been broken to the downside. And here, guys, on the daily time frame chart, if even we will not be able to count on this grabber anymore, but here, guys, as you can see, market is forming something that looks like the bearish dynamic pressure, because you can see that market has shifted trend to the bullish side, but price action stands to the downside. It means that our previous scenario with this butterfly is still valid. So our target based on this butterfly stands at 103 area approximately, and this setup will be destroyed only if market will exceed the top of this butterfly and move above this 110.50 area. Also, guys, it is interesting. I will show you on the daily time frame, on the 4-hour time frame chart picture. So take a look what we have. It's very interesting. That is the butterfly on the daily chart, the same pattern. Recall of our initial A, B, C top pattern and the 1618 target that hasn't been completed yet. And we said that this is a bit dangerous precedent, that market hasn't completed this target with just few pips and turned to some retracement. Usually market never abandons the significant targets and never leaves it at the back. Usually the real retracement, real upward action starts when the market only has completed the target. That's why as market leaves this target uncompleted, it always exists the menace that market will return right back down and hit this target. That's really could happen. But guys, take a look that this area, this target stands below these lows, and in general this increase as with the bearish dynamic pressure that we have on the daily time frame chart, as with the bearish grabber that we have on the daily chart. They have the same target. The target is the taken out of these lows. And if market will take out of these lows, that stands just a few pips higher than these lows. It's major lows around 104 area. And it's really difficult to imagine that market will leave behind these stops that have been placed here. And consequently, market could trigger the stops that have been placed below these lows, and that will let market to reach the target of the butterfly. Second point that I would like to mention on the 4-hour time frame chart is that we have other agreement between different targets. So take a look at this most recent ABCD pattern. A, B, C, top, D pattern. The D point stands precisely in the area of the completion of this big butterfly. And finally, the third pattern that could appear. I can't say definitely that this will happen, but if market will start to form the butterfly, the extension of this most recent flag, 1618, coincides with the 127 of the big butterfly. Okay, so that's 103 could become an area where some retracement could start as on the monthly chart as on the daily time frame chart. Recent news on the markets tells that current action on the euro currency to the downside mostly stands due to the new concern that Greece could announce the default on the obligations, on the bonds, and this really returned back the hazard and the previous talks on the Greece situation with the very heavy debt burden, and this concerns these worries of the investors have appeared again. That's today, guys, the whole article on the euro currency, on the financial, on the forex markets, and the Reuters news is dedicated to question about and around the Greek burden. So that tells us that take a look, the trend has shifted bearish on the 4-hour time frame chart. Well, guys, if we will be correct with our expectation in our assessment of this situation, we could take a look at the hourly chart. In the hourly chart, you could see that market has broken through this support line. That's in fact the lower border of the flag that we have discussed on the daily chart. Recall this pattern, so you probably remember it. So we have discussed. So this upper channel has been broken. Right now, market has reached the 50% support of this thrust up, the whole move up, and turns to some upside retracement. Here, guys, if you would like to take the short position, you need to wait for this area. That it seems that this is a very suitable area for a possible taking the short position, because take a look, that's the weekly pivot point that has been broken downside, by the way, and that will be also the confluence resistance 107.30 area approximately. So you can say 618 resistance from the most recent thrust, and 38 from the whole move down. As market stands not at oversold on the daily time frame chart, so you can see market stands in the free zone, oversold stands right here. It means that it's not necessary for the market to show very deep retracement to the upside. So here we assume that this could be two possible retracement. First one is the most probable, is this area, but maybe market could retest the broken trend line. So that happens very often. In this case, probably retracement will reach the 107.80 area, 75.80 areas. Because the market could, for example, retest this broken line and after that start move down. So keep this in mind, this possible scenario, and plan when you will place the stops according to this possibility. Once again, we mostly think that this will be most probable retracement area, but we can't exclude that market could retest the broken line. So take it into consideration when you will start to prepare a trading plan for the possible trading. So currently, the situation looks bearish on the euro currency, and for canceling of this bearish scenario, on mostly we need to take it out of this top if we talk on the daily chart time frame. In the shorter perspective, short-term bearish scenario could fail if market will return right back down on this channel. In this case, that will at least reestablish the possibility, the chances on the upward continuation. So at least this will be, if market will return right back up on the channel, this will not be typical and logical for a normal bearish market. Retracement to this area, yes. Retracement to the retesting of the lower border of the channel, yes. But returning above it, it's not quite normal for bearish development. So that's all that we could say on the euro currency right now. Let's see, the situation is really interesting because it provides a lot of different patterns for trading, as on the very short-term scale, as on the high time frame charts. So let's see what we will get.